Hi, I'm Sen. Let's get to the weekly headline wrap-up. Monday, we had Maduro and his wife being escorted to a New York City court for their deposition hearings. Maduro stated, "I was captured," and declared his innocence to the court. He said he was a, quote, decent man, not guilty of federal drug trafficking charges he's being accused of. This remains a very heated debate in terms of international politics and how the United States should conduct itself on the world stage. In terms of military operations, while impressive, the January 3rd raid on Venezuela broke several international norms and laws regarding sovereignty, acts of war, handling criminality from heads of state. This story is still developing, and more info is bound to come soon. Tuesday's big story involves the rising death toll of the United States military operation on January 3rd, totaling at 56 dead. The death toll numbers come from the Venezuelan government, with the Cuban government reporting 32 of their personnel were among the 56 dead. This strengthens Marco Rubio's claims of Cuban political interference in the country and possibly the region, although it remains to be seen how this will affect U.S. foreign policy in the region going forward. My best guess is that we will see more military activity in South and Central America if our leadership gets their way. Wednesday gave us an incredibly tragic and infuriating experience in Minneapolis, the ICE shooting of Renee Good, a 37-year-old mother and wife. Renee was shot by ICE after a tense and confusing standoff, leading to many heated debates on if the shooting was justified or not. As more video footage becomes available, it becomes more and more clear that the ICE officer may not have been following federal guidelines on shooting at fleeing vehicles. The argument for the shooting being justified falls under the, quote, clear and present danger clause, giving deference to officers involved in fatal shootings that there was a clear and present danger to their well-being or the well-being of other officers. Of much more important than the question of a justified shooting, however, is the Trump administration's response. Kristi Noem, head of the Department of Homeland Security, claimed Wednesday night that Renee Good was a, quote, domestic terrorist and gave a retelling of events that does not corroborate the video evidence that millions had already seen. Currently, there is no evidence at all that Renee Good was linked to any domestic or foreign terror organization. This calls further into question how far the administration will let ICE go in their quest to literally root out every single illegal immigrant in the country. Thursday showed us rising tensions between American citizens and ICE agents as two more individuals were shot in Portland, Oregon. Not much is known at the time regarding the status of the two people shot nor the inciting incident that led to the officer-involved shooting. After Renee Good, expect much more scrutinization on ICE actions and possibly more civilian altercations with ICE agents. Be aware, if you fuck around, you will find out. On some slightly better news, the House passed an ACA subsidy extension that had been on the table since before the government shutdown at the end of 2025. Democrats wanted the subsidies extended before 2026 open enrollment period came and went, but were unable to do so thanks to Republicans fighting against the bill, and moves forward to the Senate for review. A solid shout out goes to the people of Iran who are currently engaged in protesting their authoritarian regime. Here's hoping we see some positive motion for change in the near future. Friday's biggest stories will be covered live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this channel. Be sure to share with your friends so they can stay up to date on the week's biggest stories, and don't forget to subscribe and leave a like for more. Thank you very much. This has been Sen with your weekly news wrap-up.